We have evidence, and there are documents in this course that will give you more details on this, that there are 5 areas of work for an effective, successful principal who drives success for students and for teachers. The first is a principal who drives successful learning and teaching and improved instruction in their school. The second is leading an effective, vibrant school culture. The third is a principal on the school leadership team that manages talent well, recruiting, developing, retaining teachers and other positions. The fourth is effective planning and operations. And the fifth is exhibiting certain personal leadership strengths and characteristics that really model what's expected for others in the school. The first component, as I said, is a principal who drives improved teaching and learning, improved instruction. This represents a significant shift in the principalship in the United States from what the principal did only 20 or 30 years ago. It used to be the principal was somebody who managed the building, maybe answered questions from parents, got the buses running on time. But the successful schools have had a principal who really knows teaching and learning, has been a teacher themselves, but who really understands how to support teachers becoming better teachers. They play the role of ensuring the school has got a very good curriculum that is aligned to high standards for what kids are expected to do in that community and in our country. A principal who understands how to go into a classroom and how to help improve a teacher's classroom practice, to give feedback on an ongoing basis to the teacher in targeted, useful, supportive ways to help a teacher improve their practice in the classroom, to help drive learning that is supportive of a child's success, and who helps understand how the data that comes from various sources can actually be used to improve the teaching and learning on an ongoing basis in the classroom. So this really is the principal as instructional leader, as a leader of improved teaching and learning. The second component in this framework is the principal as a builder of school culture, a culture of high expectations for students, of support for students, where it's clear that the adults in the school believe children and youth can achieve at high levels, and then are relentless about their support to help students succeed. And there's a sense of creating an aspirational identity in terms of both what the adults and the students want in the school and want for their futures that really fuel a demand for the improved teaching and learning that I talked about a moment ago. There are places in the United States where we've seen a principal become an effective instructional leader who hasn't paid attention to building the right school culture in the school. And if you have the right supply of teaching and instruction, but you don't create a culture where students feel valued, feel pushed, feel supported, have a sense of what they aspire to be that depends on that learning, you may not have much student motivation or adult motivation to engage and really take up that learning that you're providing them. So a builder of effective culture in the school, both as a principal yourself, but systematically helping every adult in the school and engaging the parents and the community around a cohesive culture that line up to high expectations for every child in the school is very important. The third part of the framework is a principal who manages her or his talent very effectively. The principal is not a lone ranger. The principal is a leader of a team. And the way in which the principal manages the team and the talent is absolutely critical, since principals do the work often through and with others. That includes, first, recruiting and identifying talented teachers, but also teachers who are really aligned with the school mission. You're not only looking for skill, you're looking for someone who wants to be part of your school community and really believes in the mission of the school that you're building. Secondly, it includes a real focus on the development of a leadership team in your school. Many times the principal fails to focus on the development of a team. Maybe you've got an assistant principal or 2 role in your schools. Maybe you don't, but you need a critical mass, a small group of teachers who are playing the role of leadership team members. But every school we've seen to be successful, the principal really develops an effective team of school leaders, of teachers who really are custodians of the school's mission and vision, both identifying who those people are, supporting them, bringing them together as a team, having that team over time begin to share a vision for the school is very important. Also part of managing a team is monitoring and supporting the performance of teachers and team members, and doing so in a fair an effective way that really drives improvement for those in the school is a very important lever for success. And finally, as part of this team management and talent management, creating a professional learning culture is crucial. Kids learn to succeed, but adults learn to succeed as well. And creating the structures, the schedule, the practices, the time where adults can learn from one another and can learn from best practice to be able to adapt those practices to their own classroom is very important in driving the learning effectiveness of teachers in the school, but then having the teachers being motivated and leveraging that learning to support the success of students in your school too. The fourth part of the framework is planning and operations. And I put this forth for a reason, because the vision of student success, the learning and teaching, the culture, the talent really comes first. Your planning and operations strategy as a principal needs to be leveraging tools of time, of budget, of schedule, of operations to support the vision. Too often, a principal may set a budget, set a schedule, set a way of doing things, and then you have to fit the teaching and the culture around those things. What an effective principal does, and it may take time to do, but over time the principal figures out in the school leadership team how you can actually have the budget, the time, the schedule, the operations support the vision of the school. So if you believe in the teachers learning from one another and through professional development, it helps to have a schedule where regularly, at least for an hour a week, or 2 hours a week, you've got time where the teachers have the time where they can learn from one another in best practice. You might have that vision, but without the detail, the schedule to support that, that vision doesn't become real in practice. The fifth component of effective leadership at the principal level and the school leadership team level is personal leadership. This is very important. It's not the only thing, but if a principal doesn't reflect the kind of leadership that you're looking for from your students and your teachers, people are going to follow what a person does much more than what they say. So for us, we've seen the importance of a principal embody leadership of believing that every student from all backgrounds can really succeed at high levels when adults really invest in and expect a lot and support those students. Now, everyone has got their own take and their own flavor of what these 5 components look like, but every very successful principal we've seen has these 5 attributes. They're leading, teaching, and learning. They're leading and building culture. They're managing teams. They're planning effective operations and management, and they exemplify strong leadership. No one's perfect. No one's great in all these areas, but these are areas that you can both not only select for, but you can develop in your principles over time and have your systemic leadership strategy that I'll get to in just a moment really aligned to helping support those 5 areas of work in your school principals.